Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Before this video starts, I just want to give a shout out to, of course, my wonderful members. The Battle of Paper Official, Jesse HOH, Plush Anime Game Adventures, Enchanted Stones, Vanilla Beans, Spacey Demoto, NASA YT, Jster, Levi OC, and David Hero. Thank you guys so much for the extra support. Now back to the video.
And even now blue is always here, and even now blue it shines so clear. I don't need a prayer or even words to say. No matter what I do, I'll never reach your answer. Colors of summer are fields on my heart, and rolling my down from my cheeks is the silent love to start. The words I have for you are stuck, it just feels like a curse that I can't contain. Will the two of us meet again? I wish I told you back then. My hands will be wide to let us touch the lines of this galaxy. So fast about me.
Hey guys, it is I, TDI Fan 2024, and you're probably wondering, what is this video going to be about? Well, as you all know, 2024 is coming close to an end. We only have, today is the 12th? That's the day that I'm recording this. So we've got, less than 3 weeks left of the year, which is kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, 2025 is right around the corner, and there are quite a few movies to be looking forward to in 2025. So in this video, I thought, why not go and make a whole top 10 list of the movies that I feel like I'm most excited for, that I know of, that are releasing in the next year. So this is all just my personal opinion. Feel free to let me know which 10 movies that you are most anticipated for that are planned to release in the next year. And of course, I'd love to see. Let's have a whole chat with movies and all that jazz. So yeah, with that said, this is just my personal list. Let's just get on with it. Let's start with the top 10 most anticipated movies of 2025. Starting the top 10 list, we have the upcoming SpongeBob movie, The Search for SquarePants. You're probably thinking, why is this movie in your top 10 list? Obviously, if you saw the Sandy Cheeks movie, you already know how I feel about that movie. And honestly, the SpongeBob movies and SpongeBob content overall, as of late, hasn't been the greatest, which is obviously true. But I do have some hope for this movie. Why? Because, well, this one's actually getting a theatrical release. Unlike the Sandy and upcoming Plankton movie, which are getting streaming releases, this one's planned to release in theaters next December. So that should already be kind of a sign. I mean, I know Sponge on the Run wasn't the greatest thing to ever exist, but I honestly have hope for this movie. If, something happened to SpongeBob that causes his friends to, go look for him, this would be quite an interesting story. I mean, I know they already had, an episode related to that where, SpongeBob kind of lost his memory and he was at a different town, but seeing that, story in an entire film may be a pretty interesting concept. And I am honestly intrigued to see how this movie's played out. I just really hope that it's actually as good as the first movie, or at least up to that level. Heck, if it's even as good as the second film, I'll take it. But, like I said, I'm looking forward to this movie. I just hope they don't butcher it like they did with Sponge on the Run and the Sandy Cheeks film. That's why it's right at the start of this list at number 10. Number 9, we have The Thunderbolts. That's right, the upcoming movie from Marvel Studios that's set to release in May of 2025 is at number 9 on this list. I mean, there's already a trailer out and another trailer. There's kind of two trailers, but the second trailer isn't really an official trailer, more like a teaser. But still, a trailer's a trailer. So I already know what I'm kind of going into with this movie. This is pretty much going to be like Marvel's Suicide Squad, except hopefully this one is done right, unlike the actual Suicide Squad. Not the James Gunn one, but the one that came out before it, the one that everybody loves, if you know what I mean. But yeah, the reason why I'm looking forward to this movie is because I feel like this could be a great movie that can shape Marvel or get Marvel back on track with making some quality films instead of making just okay films in general. I mean, 2024 was pretty good. Sure, it was only Deadpool and Wolverine, but hey, at least they had one hit there, right? 2025, I feel like it could be their year. Let's just hope that this movie is good. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. But yeah, this team of Misfits, I should say. It looks pretty good, and I'm definitely ready to see more Bucky and Yelena, of course. So yeah, I just really hope the movie's good. But yeah, Thunderbolts is at number 9. What a coincidence. Number 8 is Mission Impossible 8, The Last Reckoning. So, this is supposedly going to be the last Mission Impossible film. I'm not sure if it is, but with the title, I'm guessing it is. And honestly, I'm looking forward to it. The last movie was pretty good, even though the last one was the only Mission Impossible movie I've seen. So, I definitely got to watch the others before I get to this one, if you even have time, of course. But yeah, based on the trailer that they released for this movie, it looks really good. It looks like it'll be just as good, if not maybe even better than the last Mission Impossible film, which was really good. So if this is as good, then that's already going to be another great contender for maybe being one of the best movies of 2025. So yeah, not much to say. I'm really looking forward to this movie. I can tell from the trailer that the action is going to be great, the stunts and all that. Tom Cruise never misses. So this movie should be quite a treat for us action fans. And that's why it's at number 8 on this list. 7th place, we have Zootopia 2, another sequel. That's right, just expect a lot of sequels because that's pretty much all we're getting nowadays when it comes to movies. Anywho, Zootopia 2, this sequel actually does sound like it can work because, there's a lot you can do with Zootopia with the world that they created in the first film. Although I've only seen the first movie once, I definitely got to rewatch it before I check this one out. I do remember liking it, not as much as some other Disney films like Moana or Wreck-It Ralph, but I do remember thoroughly enjoying Zootopia for the one time that I watched it. And Zootopia 2, I know it's very anticipated for some fans of it, or most of the fans. Yes, even the weird fans, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, based on what the concept I've been hearing about this film, I feel like this could be a great movie. Let's hope it is. Disney doesn't really have a good track record when it comes to their sequels, but hey, maybe Zootopia 2 can turn things around. Although it may not be as good as the first, I'm still looking forward to it, and that's why it's at number 7 on this list. 6th place, we have the upcoming Superman film from James Gunn, which is supposedly going to be the first film to start the new DC movie universe, which I really hope is going to be good. I do have faith in James Gunn. He did great with the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, so I feel like he's going to do just as good in this movie as well. And I've been hearing a lot of cameos and from other DC characters. So I know a lot of people are thinking that this movie's going to be a bit more exposed with how much characters and villains are going to be in it, but I have trust in James Gunn. I feel like he's going to still knock it right out the park, whether it's as big or as small or whatever. He's still going to do great. I at least hope he will. But based on his track record with superhero stuff, I'm pretty sure he's got this. So yeah, and based on what I've been hearing, this movie looks like it'll be a really good film, a really good start to the new DCU. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. And yeah, that's why it's number 6 on this list. Starting the top 5, we have The Fantastic Four First Steps, another MCU film. This one is definitely my most anticipated MCU film out of the ones that they have planned for releasing next year. The cast, I'm already booked with the cast. You have Vanessa Kirby, Pedro Pascal, Joseph Quinn. I mean, come on, that's already quite the stacked cast. And from what I've been hearing, from the little summary they gave for what this movie's going to be about, taking place in the 60s, already going to get that Incredibles feel, if you know what I mean. So this movie's already looking to be a good film. I really hope it is because, like I said, Marvel Studios hasn't been the greatest lately. Sure, they have some hits, but they also have some flops. So let's really hope that Fantastic Four is on the hit category and not the flop category. But with the cast and how the movie looks so far, I feel like they are in good hands. So I'm definitely looking forward to this Fantastic Four film. And this is supposedly the film that's going to set up the next Avengers movies. So that's already something that I'm beyond hyped for. So yeah, top 5, Fantastic Four. That's why it's here on the list. Number 4, we have Five Nights at Freddy's 2. This is probably going to be a controversial choice because I know that the Five Nights at Freddy's movie as a whole is very controversial or very mixed with the reception that it received. Some people loved it, some people did not. I'm one of the people that actually loved the first movie. I thought it was really good. If you saw my 2023 movie ranking, you can see how high it was ranked. But yeah, of course, I'm looking forward to this one. I've been hearing a lot of good things about it. It's supposed to be scarier than the first, which is already going to be an upgrade. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I know nothing about the games. I haven't played the games. Well, I know about the games, but I haven't played the games. I do know about a bunch, or not a bunch, but I do know quite a bit about the lore. So, I'm not going to be totally lost with this movie franchise. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this film. I cannot wait to check it out. I really hope it's good. Like I like the first one, so as long as they get the same amount of people that made the first one back for this one, then I think should be good. I'll be looking forward to it. So yeah, that's why it's at number 4 on this list. Top 3. Starting the top 3, we have The Bad Guys 2. Yep, another sequel. Except this is coming from DreamWorks, and usually DreamWorks does great with their sequels, like Shrek 2, Kung Fu Panda 2, How to Train Your Dragon 2, etc. And now The Bad Guys is getting a turn with the sequel. And based on the trailer that they already dropped, I have a feeling this movie is going to be just as good as the first, which is already a upgrade or a W, because the first movie is really good. So if this second movie is just as good or even better, then I'm locked in for this film. The Bad Guys movie was, of course, really fun and adventurous and, of course, entertaining. So this movie, if it has the same stakes, the same style, the same format as the first film, or maybe even changing things up a bit to make it even more unique, then that will be, of course, very, I don't know, accepted. I don't know what to say. It's going to be awesome. This movie looks awesome. I really hope it's as good as how the trailer is making it look to be. So yeah, I'm already looking forward to The Bad Guys 2. That's why it's at number 3 on this list. Taking the runner-up spot is Avatar Fire and Ash. This might also be a hot take because I know that there are quite a few of you who couldn't even care less about these Avatar movies. But if you remember from my 2022 movie ranking, Avatar The Way of Water got to the second placement. It got up to the number 2, if that makes sense. It was at number 2 on my movie ranking for that year. So I really like that film. I really like Avatar 1. Avatar 3, if it's just as good as all the first 2, then it should be quite the movie. And visually, we can all expect some greatness because these movies are, of course, visually stunning. And now that this one's going to be about fire, like, come on. You already know the stakes are going to be even higher than just how they were in the second film. And if you remember from the second film, they lost a family member. So I can definitely see that the stakes being even higher for this movie. We might even lose more. It's going to be heartbreaking. It's going to be emotional. It's going to be adventurous. It's going to be a lot to take in. But I'm looking forward to Avatar Fire and Ash. However, I'm not going to be looking forward to how busy the theaters are going to be for when this movie drops. But hey, when I watch the movie, I'm already going to tell that I'm going to have a fun time because Avatar, it's Avatar, like, right? Come on. These movies are pretty good, in my honest opinion, and I really liked the last one. So I can tell that this one's going to be one that I'm definitely looking forward to, and that's why it's at number 2 on this list. It's not a number 1, because you're about to find out which one is. I mean, come on. Taking the top spot, of course, is going to be the first of 3 Demon Slayer Infinity Castle films that they're planning to make. Of course, after catching up with the anime and finding out that they're going to be making this arc into 3 films, like, I was already dead set on being so excited for them. So, of course, the first one, which is planned to come out next year, is obviously going to take the top spot. Unless if they announce like another One Piece movie coming out next year, then I might change my mind. But for now, Demon Slayer Infinity Castle Film 1 is definitely taking the top spot. I am very excited for this movie. I can tell, I've been hearing a lot about how great this arc is as a whole. And based on the animation and everything, I can tell that they are going to cook some greatness with the animation, with the visuals, with everything. This movie is going to be peak. I can already tell. And I am definitely looking forward to it. Obviously, it was no competition. This movie, of course, is taking the top spot for my most anticipated film of 2025. Like I said, there's probably a lot more films that haven't been announced yet that are coming out next year. So my opinion may change, but for now, this movie's taking the top spot. Dead set, I'm locked in, ready for this movie to come out. And that is my list. Yes, now you guys get to hear me talk while you enjoy looking at this picture of Shadow with a Glock. Sonic 3 is coming out in a week from now. So I am definitely excited, even though that movie is not coming out next year. If it was, it would definitely take the top spot. But yeah, back to the video at hand. That was my list for the top 10 most anticipated for movies that are coming out in 2025 so far. Like I said, anything can change. It depends on what other movies that have yet to be announced that are also coming out next year. But from the movies that have been announced, the movies that I looked up, these are the top 10 that I consider to be the ones that I am definitely looking forward to. And yeah, that's my list. Please feel free to let me know what your list is down in the comments. And yeah, stay tuned for my 2024 movie ranking video, which should come out probably at the end of the year or the first week of January. It depends if how busy I am. But yeah, stay tuned for that. 2025 is not looking to be that great of a year movie-wise, be based on what I've been looking up for what movies are coming out. So who knows? Things could change, but it's not really looking like it's going to be a strong year. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Will 2025 be a strong year like 2024 and 2023 when it comes to movies? I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And as always, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.